Everyone, welcome to business statistics class. So in the previous video we had seen how to construct a frequency distribution for a given raw data. So in today's video we will see how to calculate less than cumulative frequency and more than cumulative frequency. So today I have taken the same problem that we had seen yesterday. So for that we'll be calculating the cumulative frequency. So let me quickly revise how we have constructed a frequency distribution. So the first step would be we have to find out what is the highest value and the lowest value. Then we are calculating the range, that is highest value minus the lowest value, and then we have to choose an appropriate width. So here the width is 5 centimeters, and then we have to see how many number of class intervals that have to be considered. So here there are 7 class intervals. Once you are done with the class interval, we have to mark the tally bars. That is, consider the first value 163.3. So we know that it belongs to the class interval 160 to 165. So you have to mark a tally bar. Similarly, for all the values you have to mark the tally bars. So once you get the tally bars, you have to fill the frequency of that corresponding class interval. So here you can see there are 4 tally marks, so the frequency is 4. Similarly, for all the class interval, you have to write down the corresponding frequencies. So once you get the frequency, so let's see how to calculate less than cumulative frequency. So we'll be using the cumulative frequencies in many of the cases such as median, mode. So all this we'll be seeing in the further classes. So it's important for you guys to know how to calculate cumulative frequencies. So to calculate less than cumulative frequency, the first frequency is kept as it is. So here the first less than cumulative frequency is nothing but 4. To get the next less than cumulative frequency, you have to add the previous less than cumulative frequency to the next frequency. So we'll get it as 4 plus 3 is nothing but 7. So the next less than cumulative frequency will be 7 plus 6, which is nothing but 13. Similarly, for the next class interval, the less than cumulative frequency will be the previous class interval's less than cumulative frequency plus the corresponding frequency. So 13 plus 5 is 18. Then 18 plus 1 is 19, and then 19 plus 0 is nothing but again 19. Here there is no frequency, so you will get it as 19, and the less than cumulative frequency for the last class interval is 19 plus 1, 20. So you can see that the last less than cumulative frequency value and the total frequency will always be the same. So this is to verify whether you are doing it rightly or not. So let me quickly revise. So for the first term, for less than frequency, the first term will always be the same. Then you have to add the successive frequencies, that is 4 plus 3, which is nothing but 7. The next class frequency will be 7 plus 6, which is nothing but 13. Then 13 plus 5, you will get it as 18. 18 plus 1, 19. Now let me just erase this. Okay, 18 plus 1 is 19. 19 plus 0 is again 19. Then 19 plus 1 is 20. So this is how you calculate the less than cumulative frequency. So for more than cumulative frequency, you have to note that you have to start from the last class interval. So here keep the last term as it is. So frequency value is 1. So the first more than cumulative frequency for the class interval 175 to 180 is 1. So the next more than cumulative frequencies will be calculated just like we have done in the less than cumulative frequency. So 1 plus 0 is nothing but again 1. Then you can see 1 plus 1 is 2. Then 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 plus 6 is 13. 13 plus 3 is 16. 16 plus 4 is 20. So again you can see the last more than cumulative frequency and the total will be same. So this is just the reverse of less than cumulative frequency. So let me revise it. So you have to, whenever they have asked to calculate more than cumulative frequency, you have to start it from the bottom. So keep the last class interval frequency as it is, then go on adding the successive frequencies to the previous cumulative frequency. So this is how you calculate the cumulative frequencies. So with this we will complete the first unit of Business Statistics 1. So in this unit we have seen the introduction, that is meaning and definition of statistics. So what is the function and limitations of statistics, some of the basic concepts and methods of sampling, and we have seen classification, tabulation and frequency distribution. So this completes the first unit. So in the first unit you will get 3 questions from section A, that is each question is for 2 marks, and 1 question from section B, and it's very rare that you will get 1 question from section C. So but from section A there are always 3 questions, and these questions are mostly the definitions. They'll be asking what is the definition of statistics, what is primary data or secondary data, methods of sampling, state any 2 limitations of statistics, or define the types of classification, or they may ask even the merits and demerits of some of the sampling. So these type of questions will be asked in section A for 2 marks. So there will be 3 questions. So you will be getting for sure 6 marks from unit 1. So from section B there will be 5 marks, 1 question. So even that depends. So for 5 marks you may get the questions like prepare a frequency table, and then explain stratified random sampling with merits and demerits. So such types of classifications, all this will be asked for 5 marks, 1 question. So in section C for 15 marks they may ask the question such as explain the methods of collecting primary data with relative merits and demerits. So these type of questions will be asked for 15 marks. There you have to write what is primary data, types of method of collecting the primary data along with their merits and demerits. So this is the question paper pattern for the first unit. So I hope you guys are understanding. So in the next class we will see the next unit. So that's it for today's class. Thank you.